Kat Neville is on assignment, so she sent Liz Miller, senior editor for Feast Magazine. Good morning, Liz Miller.
Good morning.
Since last we've seen you, you've gotten married.
I have gotten married.
That was that sound was the hearts breaking all over St. Louis. All right, there you go. All right, Liz Miller, what do you got for us?
Well, two really fun new spots today. So we'll start with The Herb, which is the new research and pilot brewery from Urban Chestnut Brewing Company.
The Herb.
The Herb. So they URB, but they call it The Herb, just like Urban Chestnut.
Right.
And it stands for Urban Research Brewery, which is pretty self-explanatory. Now, Urban Chestnut has breweries in Midtown, and then they also have a very large, like it's a block long, in the Grove. And
Right.
The Herb is next door to the space in the Grove. It's at 4501 Manchester Avenue. And just like the name implies, you go, they have a bunch of experimental beers. So they do flights for only $1. You can get 3 2-ounce beers, which is a pretty good deal.
It is.
And you give feedback, and then based on your feedback, they may or may not bottle and release those beers in the future.
I love this. It's like an incubator.
Yeah, basically.
It's a beer incubator. Go and test and see if it's successful there, then they might graduate it to the big boys.
Yeah, and they're just like, a lot of breweries, they're always experimenting with stuff. So it's, mutually beneficial because for them, it's a way to get stuff out in front of the public, see what works,
Right.
And then also make use of all this great beer that they're brewing just sort of for fun.
Yeah, and small little batches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Herb on next to Urban Chestnut, which all of the furniture at Urban Chestnut, all the wood furniture, was taken from the fallen trees and fluorescent from the tornado.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. And
Yeah.
I was also going to mention this weekend they have one of their annual beer festivals called Wolpertinger. And
God bless you.
Wolpertinger.
I know, right? It's like 42 breweries from across the country, including Bell's, which is really big and popular and amazing craft brewery. So if you don't have plans on Sunday, head out to Urban Chestnut in the Grove. You can go to the Herb, and then you can also go to Wolpertinger at the Grove Beer Hall.
God bless you again. All right, well, what's number 2?
Number 2 is Hi-Pointe Drive-In, which is the new restaurant from Mike Johnson, who owns Sugar Fire Smokehouse all over St. Louis, locations all over the city. And it opened last month. It is focused on burgers, sandwiches, and shakes.
It's all the rage, isn't it?
And
All the rage.
This is next to the Hi-Pointe Theater?
This is right behind the Hi-Pointe Theater.
Oh, that where the old
Del
the Del
Taco.
Taco was, right? They tore down the old Del Taco and then built this brand new building.
They did, and note it's a drive-in, not a drive-through. So unlike Del Taco, there's not a drive-through, but they've made really great use of the space. It was a pretty tiny eat-in restaurant previously, and now there's quite a lot more seating. And again, I can't say enough about the food. Just like at Sugar Fire, they have a signature burger at Hi-Pointe, but the owner Mike says that the burger at Hi-Pointe is better, and I'm inclined to agree. It's a griddled burger, and it has just this like really robust bun on top that's from Companion that doesn't yield to the grease and the kind of like flavors happening on the burger. It's really,
Right.
really nice.
Are they like thin little burger patties? Or?
They're thinner, yeah.
Okay.
But they have this like perfect crust, and it's seasoned so well, and it's just what you want when you want a burger. Really, really good.
What'd you say? Drive-through versus drive? What'd you say? Drive-through.
Drive-in.
Drive-in.
So Del Taco had a drive-through,
Right.
but this is a drive-in. So,
So
you
you-
can't
So
drive through.
you have to go in.
You have to go in.
Oh, it's a drive.
So no one can come to your car like in the olden days, drive in.
Yeah.
That's a
That's what I'm
drive.
thinking.
That's a drive-in kind of where they would rollerblade out
Right,
to your
roll-
car.
Yeah.
So you got to
Little-
park the car and go into the place.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
But it's worth the extra steps.
Okay.
Yes, and that's open now. That just opened last
That
month.
opened a couple weeks ago, and they also have, in addition to the burgers, a really great selection of sandwiches. When I was there, they all have really fun names. I had one called the Guac-Ness Monster, and it features avocado fried in like a Funyuns crust, so like
Right.
those onion ring chips. It also has guacamole, as the name implies, an avocado ranch, provolone, radish sprouts, tomato, and it is a beast of a sandwich. I mean, it is like a mountain to climb. I had to take half of it home and happily eat the rest for
wow.
lunch.
What's it called?
The Guac-Ness Monster.
The Guac-Ness
Guac-Ness
The
Yeah.
Guac-Ness Monster.
Monster.
All right, that is awesome. All right, that's Liz Miller from Feast Magazine. Quickly, I got a second. What's going on with Feast Magazine? Anything to know?
Yeah, well, actually, this evening, if you don't have plans, our publisher, Kat Neville, is going to be
Oh, that's
interviewing Ina Garten,
Yes.
the Barefoot Contessa at the Peabody Opera House. It starts at 7:30, and tickets are still on sale. Just visit PeabodyOperaHouse.com.
Ask
That would
about
be
the
really
pot
good.
roast. Ask about her pot roast.
Yeah, and Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey, of course.
Jeffrey, the husband.
Yes.
Who's the great man behind the great woman.
Yeah. And she's promoting a cookbook, actually, Cooking with Jeffrey, that came out, I think it was end of last year.
That's Liz Miller from Feast Magazine. Everything you need to know, feastmagazine.com. And the segment with Kat Neville each and every week is sponsored by our friends at Twisted Tree Steakhouse, their newest offering from the Sybergs family at Watson and Lindbergh on Sunset Hills. They're now serving lunch. Check out their Sip and Savor Happy Hour 3 to 6. Our friend, longtime friend and friend of the show, Jimmy Cristo. Call him. He'll set you up. 314-394-3366 or twistedtreesteakhouse.com.